Hello my darlings, and welcome to another episode of Read OMC. Today we are continuing with our chapter book Hope Was Here by Joan Bauer, and we are on chapter 10. Llewellyn's baby, Anastasia, was lying in the portable playpen that had been set up in the back office that Adam had turned into Campaign Central. Red, white, and blue streamers curled across the ceiling, small American flags stood on the desk. A computer printout of Adam's first draft campaign slogan was taped to the wall. "Stoop for mayor, a man for all seasons and all reasons." It needed work. Llewellyn was looking at Anastasia, who wasn't playing with any of her toys. "The doctor says she's got developmental problems." Llewellyn said it defensively. "I've got to watch her for a few weeks because they can't do it right at daycare and my mom can't look after her on account of her job. GT said I could bring her here." "It's real good you did," Flo said reassuringly. "We were gonna take turns watching Anastasia so Llewellyn could work. She kept saying the baby would be fine, we didn't have to put ourselves out." "Stop that, honey," Flo directed. "Let us help you through this." Llewellyn went stiff. Adam was first up to the playpen. He studied the toys, lifted the busy box, held it in front of Anastasia, pushed down the little orange lever that made a clicking sound. "See, Anastasia? That's how you vote for GT. You try." She didn't. "She can't do much!" Llewellyn shouted. Her face was tight with emotion. I tried to reach for her hand, but she backed out the door fast and ran off. "Now, this is how you drive to the polling place." Adam put Anastasia's tiny hands on a little wheel. But Anastasia didn't respond. A volunteer fireman's barbecue, 2 church socials, and a meeting of the beautification committee of Greater Mahoney. GT was on fire, burning up the campaign trail, giving speeches whenever he was asked. Sid Vole had definite rules for writing speeches. "Hit with 2 ideas, 3 at most. Tell him what you're going to say it, then tell him what you said." But GT stood firm. "I don't believe in writing speeches, Sid. My Quaker roots go too deep. I'm trusting God to give me the right words when I need them." Sid Vole's face contorted like he'd heard a violin playing off key. His ulcer got worse when GT addressed the Rotary Club. "You should know that if you elect me mayor, I won't spend any time trying to get your votes for the next election. I won't be feathering my nest for my retirement. Chances are I won't be around for any of that. I will roll up my sleeves and ask you to do the same." Sid Vole took GT aside. "We need to give you an air of permanence with the voters, like the sun who will always be in the sky." GT laughed. "I think I'm more like a passing cloud, Sid." June bended into July. Adam came up with the new campaign slogan, "Stoop for mayor. He'll die trying to make things better." Sid Vole said it was the perfect spin. In that we have a problem, redefine the problem to make it a positive. He took a little plastic top out of his pocket and spun it on the table. Adam had a top too, but when he spun his, it fell on the floor. In the midst of this, I got a 7-page letter with cheesy New York postcards from Harrison and Miriam talking about how much they miss me. I read it 5 times, put the pictures around the mirror in my room. Memories crashed over me. Harrison, Miriam, and me going to poetry readings at bookstores. Key entertainment. They were free. There was that last poet we heard before I moved, the one with the scraggly beard and the torn t-shirt. "I am the zebra without stripes," he read, "shouting from the subways of the city." Emotional pause. "But you know me." "What did that mean?" I asked when it was over. Miriam munched a hazelnut biscotti. "He's on drugs." "It means," Harrison explained, "he's lost his identity like a zebra losing its stripes. He's become a person without the marks of what he used to be. But deep inside the subway of his soul, he knows who he is. We know, because he's us. He shouts for us all." Harrison can pull meaning from a stone. Both his parents are English teachers. "If he shouts too loud in the subway, he'll get arrested," Miriam added. I wrote them back using calligraphy lettering for extra drama. "First guy's the good. I'm working on a political campaign with a man who should probably be running for governor or president for all the good he could bring to people's lives. The bad? There are no tall buildings. Anywhere. Food-wise, except for Addie, think Dark Ages. No Thai, dim sum, jerk chicken, no museums either. The oblique. There's this guy I work with, and I'm trying to figure him out. I put down my pen. I didn't know how to tell them how much I missed them. Couldn't let them know how hard it is for me to write to people I don't think I'll ever see again. Elaine in Denver, Martha in St. Louis, Josie, Jake, and Jenny in Detroit. I used to promise people that we'd be back to visit, but I stopped doing that. We don't go back in this family. We just keep moving forward. I am the zebra without stripes, shouting from the U-Haul trailer. Braverman's 10-year-old twin sisters, Heidi and Hannah, were in the back office playing with Anastasia, who wasn't interested in any of their games. The twins had rosy Wisconsin cheeks and dark braids. Braverman was making them laugh by juggling 3 new potatoes. Anastasia was not a potato person. Braverman looped a potato under his leg and grinned at me. He had excellent teeth, healthy gums. That speaks volumes about a person. I radiated back. Sid Vole was at the big desk, not amused. It probably didn't help that his ulcer wasn't healing. It really didn't help that his doctor had taken him off caffeine, which sure slowed his spin. Adam, Bryce, and Jillian walked in for the meeting. "Listen up," Sid Vole said. He was yawning so hard we all started yawning too. "Every successful campaign has one thing in common, the ability to multiply. There are 6 of us in this room. 6 of us need to go tell 10 other people why they should support GT. And those people need to find 10 more. You get the picture." He put his head on the desk. "We need to spread like a virus," Adam shouted. Sid Vole looked up briefly. "Call it something else on the street." We called it Students for Stoop, and we were revved for spreading the word. "Assume nothing," Adam shouted. "Ask people the critical question. Will they vote for GT? Call your neighbors, tell your friends, bother your parents." "Can someone else bother my dad?" Bryce pleaded. "He's pretty mad since I crashed his Honda into that beer truck." "Last time it was a Federal Express truck," Jillian whispered to me. Jillian and I were becoming good friends. She had a passionate relationship with her computer, which connected her to the outside world. She didn't expect life to be easy either, and avoided giggliness, which I really appreciated. She had one major flaw, an unshakable belief that someday Adam Pulver would be president. "Of the United States?" I asked, aghast. "I'm telling you, Hope, kids like Adam are born with the dream. Remember the things he does so that years from now, when the media want to talk to people who knew him when, you'll be ready." "You're going to vote for GT, aren't you, Addie?" It was probably the wrong time to ask, since she had just smeared cold cream all over her face. She slapped a steaming towel on her face and shuddered. I hadn't seen her do this for ages. "GT Stoop's being a stubborn fool, and I can't believe that a human being with his potential is ignoring his health needs in such a fashion." I looked at the voter reality sheet that Adam had made up. It had 4 boxes to choose from after asking the CQ, critical question. Yes, no, maybe, abandon hope. I didn't like my name being used like that. "But you're going to vote for him, right, Addie?" Addie held the towel tight across her face, breathing deeply. "Well, of course I am." I checked yes. Stubborn adults stick together. "Can you help us on the campaign?" "I've been baking extra and sending it to the back office every day." In the space marked, "How this person can help the campaign," I wrote, "Already a major food source." A knock on the front door. I walked down the hall to answer it. Jillian was standing there holding her laptop. "I'm too humble to say I'm a genius, Hope, but you've got to see this." Students for Stoop. It was huge across the computer screen. Jillian scrolled down, several headings. The man, the message, the meaning, how you can get involved. "You did this?" I asked. Every gorgeous word. Jillian clicked on the Students for Stoop, and it morphed into bouncing letters. "And the soundtrack, please?" She clicked again. Rock music started playing. "Jillian, that's amazing." She was grinning and typing. "Okay, here's how they contact us. I'm going to send mail out to kids at the high school to tell everyone what we're doing." Click. Up on the screen came what teens are saying about GT Stoop and why you should listen. "I need a major quote from you, Hope. We'll put it right here. Say something instantly fabulous." "Can I think about it?" "Time's up." "Why do you think GT should be mayor?" "Because he's totally honest, completely fair, and he cares about everyone's welfare." Jillian typed that in. "Oh, no, wait a minute. No, it's good." Braverman said GT would bring honor and humility to the office. She looked straight at me. Braverman's going to edit a Students for Stoop newsletter to promote GT. That's nice. She kept looking. What? I demanded. Hope, I have to say it. You and Braverman would be perfect together. My face got hot. I mean, Jillian gushed, you have this force connecting you. It's under the surface, but it runs deep. I looked out the window, trying to appear casual. Anyone who spent any time in food service knows the peril. I don't date people I work with, Jillian. It's disaster. My heart was thub-dubbing as I recited my mother's #1 cardinal rule of waitress survival. Do not, under any circumstances, date the cook. Mom had been fired twice for doing this. Cooks tend to move from thing to thing quickly. She'd explained, a waitress who dates the cook always gets burned. She wrote that in her last Christmas letter. But if you didn't work with him, Hope? I didn't tell her the truth, that just maybe I'd like to go out with him, but I hadn't let myself go there. I'd only had one boyfriend, Bobby Ray Goshen from Pensacola, but he was part-time. He cheated on me. I don't live in what-ifs, Jillian. I go with what's on the menu. This wasn't entirely true. You're impossible. I try. She ate one of Addie's serious double fudge brownies that connect people instantly, and told me that Braverman needed someone stalwart like me because his last girlfriend dumped him before she went off to college. He's a good guy, Hope. He's staying home to help support his mom and sisters. His dad walked out on the family. His mom had an operation and didn't have health insurance, and the bills are pretty rough. That's why he hasn't gone to college yet. He was editor of the high school paper. He was going to major in journalism. How do you know all this? In small towns, everyone knows everything. Jillian closed her computer. You know he cares for you. My heart did a backflip. I went down to the diner to observe Braverman to see if this was true. So, Braverman, how's it going? Okay. He was in the kitchen slicing carrots, not acting like he cared for anyone in particular. That was a really good pork chop sandwich you made for my customer at table 3 earlier. He went on and on about it. I attempted a twinkling laugh. It came out dumb. Good. His right eyebrow moved slightly, his jaw tightened. He walked into the supply closet, leaving me there. I reported back to Jillian. Like all males, Hope, he has a code that has to be deciphered. What's the code? I have no idea, but it's probably weirder than hieroglyphics. All right, my darlings, that is the end of our chapter for today. As always, I love you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.